Chiefs, they were missing all-pro Travis Kelce and defensive superstar Chris Jones. They couldn't get it done against the Lions, losing by 1 point. You saw that drop by Kadarius Toney right there. BB took it all the way back to the crib, and the Detroit Lions found a way to get it done. 8 dropped passes last night as the Lions held on for the win. Joy, this game, it brings forth a lot of questions, and we are so excited to have you all watching. Y'all could be watching any show you're watching, guards. Let's dive into it. Was it a good Lions win? Or, no Chris Jones, no Travis Kelce, 8 drops. Was it a bad Chiefs loss? Break it down for us.
Well, like you said, the Chiefs were favored. Mm-hmm. So Vegas didn't care that Kelce wasn't there. Well, they didn't know last night, but they didn't care that Chris Jones wasn't there and Travis Kelce wasn't there. They still thought Mahomes, Andy Reid, they're going to get it done. Now, of course, they didn't account for those 8 drops. But, of course, this is a great Lions win. I don't like to get into the details of injuries. There are always going to be injuries. Chris Jones, obviously, is not an injury, but you're not always going to have all of your players available. You're not even going to have all your coaches available. Things happen. We saw over the past couple of years. There's been games not coached by the head coach. It was COVID or whatever. So I'm not going to take anything away from what the Lions did in this game. That is a game that the Lions usually lose.
True. They tried to.
They tried to. Yep. They tried to. We were sitting there.
Definitely did.
Here come the Lions. Here go the Lions. And I know Lions fans felt the same way. So, no, it's a great win. You don't have to blow somebody out in order for it to be a great win. And I don't want to hear about Travis Kelce not being there. And he was missed. He was missed, and we're going to talk about it. But that's a great Lions win. It's one of the best wins they've had in a long time. They should feel great about it this morning.
No, Joy's right, for sure. I mean, that was a real win. And I was happy that they won this game, just because obviously I wanted Andy Reid and the Chiefs to win. Yep. But I was happy to see that the Lions, they've been on this borderline of they're getting better, they're getting good, but they don't win. No doubt. And we've seen a lot of times in the past where they get close to winning a game and they'll lose. This Lions being Lions.
No doubt.
Right? Lions being Cubs. Anyway. but the cool thing is, like, watching that game, even seeing some of the younger players from the Chiefs, the young wide receiver core, they're going to be better, though, right? And they didn't show a lot because they dropped a lot of balls, but I think that's just when you have a guy like Travis Kelce not there. When you have a main target, everybody can feed off of him. Mm-hmm. Compared to now, when them lights are bright, there's no main target. Yeah. Now, when we need that third down, it's you. Now, I know Kadarius Toney, he had a tough game. But let me remind everybody, this is a really, really good player. Last year, he helped his team win a championship. Mm-hmm. He got the ball in space, did different things. Now, he missed a lot of time in training camp. I think that's why his timing wasn't there. Hand coordination wasn't there. He missed a lot of time in training camp. But I think next week and the week after that, we'll see him get back to his regular self, catching passes, main guys miss, helping the offense out.
Yeah, we got to give the Lions and Coach Campbell credit, right?
Yeah.
Because like you said, we were all 4 of us are sitting there watching the game like we just waiting for the Lions and make that one mistake, right? And this right here lets you know this football team is taking that next step. It was so many close games last year that if they make the play, they win the ball game. And they were not making the plays. Last night, they made the plays to win that ball game. I know that interception for a touchdown was a drop, right? Yeah. But they still got to make the play. Detroit usually does not make those plays. When they went down and were winning 7-0 and then the Chiefs came and they responded, scored, and got the ball back and scored again, I'm like, oh, yeah. You know what I mean, Lions. But the Lions stayed in it. Jared Goff did not make any stupid mistakes. They ran the ball well. This is a great win for the Detroit Lions. The confidence that should be in this locker room and in this coaching staff that we can win these close games. And if this is the best, and I know 2 of the players wasn't there, but if this is the best, the Super Bowl champions, the Detroit Lions should feel real good about themselves knowing they beat the Chiefs.
I love this Friday show, getting to celebrate football. Phenomenal win by the Detroit Lions. To put in context of us continuing to use the phrase, the Lions will lion. The Chiefs were down by 1 point, 7 minutes, 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Patrick Mahomes got the ball. We all knew how it was going to end. Yeah. Mahomes was going to go down, score, game over. Okay, it didn't happen. Surprise, surprise. The Chiefs go 3 and out. Patrick Mahomes gets the ball again, down by 1 point, 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Okay, we know how the game's going to end. Y'all good? Can we start cleaning up the house? Yeah. We good? Can I turn it off now? It didn't happen. Surprise, surprise. Once again, the Chiefs went 4 and out. The Lions didn't, in fact. I can't guarantee that we would believe in the Lions if they win that game. But I could guarantee we would not believe in the Lions had they lost that game. And because they won that game, now I believe I can continue to put some stock in the Lions. Again, no Chris Jones, no Travis Kelce. That's where the conversation will now pivot to, because, Shady, you won a Super Bowl with Chris Jones. You won a Super Bowl with Travis Kelce. You know just how talented those 2 players are. Yeah. 2 of the top 10, top 15 players in the National Football League, a first ballot Hall of Famer, and Travis Kelce. They weren't present.
Nope.
Who did the Chiefs miss more, though, big dog?
Wow, that's a good question. God dang. It can't be a tie, right?
No. Can't be a tie.
I'm going to go with Kelce.
Okay.
Just because the defense played solid, right? But offensively, they didn't have no real spark.
Yeah.
Other than that long drive they've had, they didn't have no real spark. And I think Travis Kelce's the type of guy where, they might cover him up, right? Everybody's covered. He's going to make the difference. He's going to find a way to get open, right? And they say creating a play after the play. And that's when the play snap, boom, okay, they cover it. Now, what else are you going to do? Kelce's the best at that. And also, I talked about it yesterday, was how Kelce and Mahomes, when I got to the Chiefs, I didn't see a connection like that till I got there. I'm like, oh, wow, they're in sync. He left eyebrow up, he knows what that means, and they give you that look. Detroit played a lot of man coverage yesterday, and I noticed that when teams play man coverage, Kelce kills that. Yeah. That's the thing, he kills that. And now you add the other pieces to it. Well, the thing is, they didn't have Kelce. So they played man. And you seen Pat a lot of times in the pocket like, dang, where I go? And that's because he didn't have Kelce. I think if Kelce was there, we'd have seen a lot of difference from the role players and also with the offense.
It's got to be Travis Kelce for me. 8 drops. And it wasn't just that they were dropping the ball. They're crossing each other, looking confused.
Right, yeah.
That never happens. They looked unprepared. It's like sloppy, not like they had good communication. And these weren't all guys that weren't in the building before. So the drop-off from your number 1 guy to your number 2 guy can't be that big.
Yeah.
And it was a canyon.
Massive.
You felt it. So there was confusion. There was nobody, there was no go-to guy. It felt like nobody really stepped up. Yes, they were obviously still in the game at the end of the game. It's not like they got blown out, but that's not going to work all season long. That's just not going to work. And it was confusing to see them look like that because they never look like that. Mahomes frustrated.
I've never seen that frustrated.
I've never seen him that frustrated, and rightfully so because it wasn't on him. He's putting the ball there. So to me, this is obviously on Kelce. Now look, they ran the ball well. Detroit did, and you imagine that wouldn't have gone so well for them and may have made things more difficult on their offense if Chris Jones was there. But to me, it was a glaring drop-off without Kelce there offensively.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with either of these dudes.
Of course,
but from watching the game last night, even if Travis Kelce is in the offense, you're going to need those other dudes to make plays. Somebody's going to have to make a play, right? Eventually, Travis Kelce is going to be doubled. Somebody's going to have to make a play. I think that will get fixed. I think Tony will make those catches. I think Sky Moore will make those catches. I think that stuff can get fixed. What can't get fixed is Chris Jones not being there. And that is why I'm saying Chris Jones, because when you watch that game last night, you have 4 pressures and 0 sacks. Right? And yes, you could look at it from the big point of view. Well, they only gave up 14 points. The defense did well. They don't have a closer. Chris Jones, the Chiefs usually give up points. But when the game is on the line on the defensive side of the ball, you need a closer. And the reason why I bring that up, because we talked about it last night at the house, 4th and 25. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left. 3 timeouts with the 2-minute warning, 4 timeouts. You cannot tell me if Chris Jones is there, they do not punt that ball. Man.
Obviously, Travis Kelce is a right answer. It's not like Chris Jones is the right answer. But it was fascinating watching that game saying there's such an adjustment without Travis Kelce. 8 drops? 8 drops? Such an adjustment without Chris Jones. It's just like, man.
Even with the drops, like some of them drops were on 3rd downs where they're not going to be the guy that's getting the ball on 3rd down. Right? So now I have to do more contested catches now compared to Kelce. That's been his role. And then as a role player, it's funny, like watching that game, like, man, if Kelce is there, the type of confidence in the offense is way different, right? Like in the huddle, when he's there, all right, 3rd down. Hey, bro, you got us? Cool, all right. Hey, if he's not there, Pat, hey, I'm there for you. Compared to now, there's no guy to the left saying that. I guess I'm the guy. All right, Pat. I got you. Where that's not even your role because you never did that. And a lot of these dudes are young. I'm just thinking about myself being a young player in the office with Donovan McNabb. We had all these other guys. I'm like, dang, they coming to me. Compared to having a guy that's already done it and I'm following his footsteps, it'd be a lot easier. And so all them drops, I don't think that you see as many drops if Kelce was there.
That's a really good point because it's the same thing on the defensive side of the ball. We talked about it. If Von Miller's out there, you know, hey, 2 seconds, the ball got to be coming out. If Aaron Donald is there, you know, hey, 2-3 seconds, this ball got to be. You got a time clock secondary. It was zero pressure.
Yeah.
It was zero pressure. So them DBs know, man, we got to cover 5-6 seconds.
Yep.
That's different. You can't guard nobody in the National Football League for 5-6 seconds. I don't care who you are. Charles Woodson, Richard Sherman, Darrell, 6-7 seconds, you can't guard nobody. Right? So with no pressure there, right, it hurts everybody. The linebackers, you just showed really good tape of the line. They know we can't stop the run with these front four. So I got to be screaming downhill to be able to stop this run, and that's when play-action pass happens. When Chris is there, sometimes they're able to stop the run with their front four.
Joy, quickly, all things considered, you and I were on the same side yesterday. Travis Kelce should not play. He wasn't healthy enough. He was begging the coaches to let him play. But now we have the new information of the fact that the Chiefs actually lost. Still the right decision? Can't second-guess the decision? Don't let, no regrets on Kelce not playing?
No, in fact, I feel even more strongly that he shouldn't have played because he got to get healthy. They need him.
Yeah. It's a really good way to look at it.
Don't risk it. You know what it looks like now for sure. So you did the right thing. Make sure he's healthy.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.